Well, guys, we jumped on a multiplayer game this week that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. I'm keeping my eye on this one. This is Deceive Inc. We are spies. Yo, this is the throwback to like No One Lives Forever, and it is cool. It has a cool vibe, cool aesthetic, and cool mechanics. And that's where I'm probably going to wrap it up, because the rest of the game just kind of suffers from a few issues that hit me pretty hard. The gunplay is where I really fall apart. Basically, the premise of the game is we are 3 spies against other players who are in this world. We're after to hunt down and kind of unlock a suitcase and then go to the extraction, right? We've heard these multiplayer games before, and there's a bunch of things I'm definitely worried about longevity-wise for the game. And I'm hoping they can fine tune a couple things and maybe make it better that I want to come back in and play. I've been there for a little while, had an okay time, right? I don't think it's a horrible game, but I don't think it's the greatest game in the world either. There's just a couple things I'm like, man, I don't like the gunplay. It feels floaty. I feel like I'm shooting at sponges, and then some of these things are just like, by the time all these things add up, I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm just done, right? And it just didn't hit. So that's kind of where I'm at for this. But dude, this was a cool idea, and I was just just a little fine tuning, and I could be there for days on end, and it's just not hitting. How about you, Corey?
Yeah, I gotta agree, Drew. I mean, this game comes in at $25, which is a pretty good price for what you get here. I mean, this game is complete to a sense, maybe not for everybody, but I mean, as far as what they offer you, we get different agents to start with. We can buy them as we go along to kind of, you know, get that roster up a little bit, because each agent is kind of cool and unique in its own way. I kind of like how they presented these characters more as kind of the people with their backstories. I mean, we're kind of in this 70s spy, you know, espionage era, and they did a good job here, because it's kind of, you know, visually, I really like the colors. Everything really pops. I mean, there's a lot of things to like about it, but then, you get into the mechanics of how this game kind of plays, and it's just a little disappointing. Kind of, it leaves you wanting a bit more. I mean, I like the ideas of being able to kind of sneak around and, you know, change in different cover and all different kinds of stuff as you go through. And, you know, deception is a huge part of this game. We're looking for the other team while trying to complete these objectives, and we're trying to look, you know, as non-suspicious as possible ourselves. And sometimes, you know, you get caught and people just pop up. And that's the frustrating part about this game, is the more you play it, the better you're probably going to get, but it's hard to stick with it, because there is kind of an inherent difficulty, because you're going up against people that have been playing this a lot more than you have, and the speed of the kind of the rounds, you know, are a little too amplified for beginner players, at least from our experience, whether I was playing solo or with you guys in the 3v3v3. And I don't know, man, I had a difficult time having fun. Scott, what did you think, man?
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the end there. Hard time having fun, but I wanted to. And the premise is just so solid that it really has me thinking of, unfortunately, other games that have failed in the past. Drew got me into Hood, Outlaws, and Legends, and that didn't stand, but it has almost the same kind of premise. You're getting in there, you're one of many teams, break the safe, whatever it is, crack into the vault, get the item, and get out. That's all good and fun, sounds great, but we get into those games with these other people, and I feel like the game kind of works against itself, because you get good, or you start to see what good looks like, and that looks a lot different than a slow, methodic, kind of stealthy spy experience. You're better off to just, if you know where you're going, run straight there, shoot everybody on the way, and get back out. And it goes so against what the game is hyped up to be and presented to be, that really didn't sit with me right. There's a lot of different unlocks that you can get as you unlock some of these characters and buy these guys, and it changes up what you can do, your different strategies and stuff, but it was really hard to understand what the different parts are, the different devices are, how do you use them, and I found myself just playing one character and trying to make the best of it, but it didn't really land with me.
It's the matchmaking. At the end of the day, it kind of really boils down to the matchmaking not lining up. As we came in brand new to the game, we're getting paired against level 36. I'm like, this person has unlocked this and this and this and this, and we're just getting lit up by it all. And I'm like, yo, we should be in there with level 1 to 5 to kind of, so we can get introduced to the game. Tutorial was just kind of okay. Like, it didn't really pinpoint how to play the game properly, I feel, where it could have been explained and kind of touched on in a different way that would have made it easier to understand how some of these mechanics work in the game. And that was the biggest thing. Once you finish that, I'm like, okay, it's game time, let's go. Well, man, maybe you give us like an AI mode right? So you can understand. You unlock a new character. Cool. I'm going to go test it out in the AI mode and understand my bearings, how these mechanics work. And then from there, don't even give me XP. I don't care. I just want to know what my character is going to do. But I'm struggling to figure out what I'm doing. And then I'm getting shot at by somebody who's level 36 and then level 40. I'm like, man, you just don't stand a chance, right? Because these people have been around for so long. They know the ins and outs. They know the maps. And you're just so fresh. It just makes it hard. Yeah, we could be there for another 20 hours doing the same thing over and over, and then we will pick up on it too. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It's just one of those things. It's the matchmaking that introduces people to the game that basically comes down to how much fun you have, because you're all in the same level, right? The same playing field. And it took us a while, honestly, to get into the game, because there wasn't anybody around in the lobby. And that's the other side of it too, is how big is this community? How long does this carry this game forward? Is there longevity to it, or is this just gonna be gone in 6 months? Which is kind of where I'm at.
I simply cannot wait.
Wait, me?
I got your 6.
How do I stay cool, you ask? I have a lot of fans.
Well, guys, I think we've had an okay time, right? There's nothing horrible about the game, but the game didn't just blow us away. There's a couple mechanics we'd like to see changed, enhanced, fixed, this, that, and the other. And the matchmaking, just please give us the matchmaking that works properly, so we're not getting steamrolled every time we jump into the game, because that just deflates the fun of everything. A couple little things here or there. Overall, for me, though, it puts me at a 5. I think the biggest thing is that 25 bucks for the game, I think is a great starting point for this, and I'm just hoping that they can change a couple of things and get us back in.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty close there, Drew. I'm a little bit above you because I feel like this game's got the right amount of potential. I mean, we talked about Hood earlier, and it's just one of those things where that game just didn't pan out the way it was. I feel like a player base could kind of evolve for this as long as they kind of support this game. There hasn't been a ton of talk about what the future of this game's going to look like. I'm sitting at about a 6 here for this one. I'm having, you know, an okay time. I want to have a better time, and I think they can achieve that, but we're not quite there yet.
I have to agree with the two of you, really. I'm at a 5 myself. I think this is a really good premise, something that could easily blow up, but it needs a little bit of tweaking, so it's not working against itself. If stealth is the priority, well, then it has to be the necessity, in my opinion. But I wish I had more to love about this game.
Impossible.
So it's to be you. Leave it to me.
Extraction vehicle has arrived.
Booyah!
And voila, mission complete.